Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer RAZORFIST versus the Kino Casino. Oh, let me tell you guys, this is a guilty pleasure of mine if it would ever happen, right? One thing about the Billy Mitchell, Carl Jobs is that, it was pretty subdued from Billy's side throughout, the trial. It really was. Because Billy followed the lawyer's advice and just stayed off social media. It's now that he's crucifying Carl, right, on Twitter, X. But during the whole process, he wasn't really, saying much. He was not. Oh, man, what a day here at home. I thought I was going to have a boring day working out of the home office here with my animals, my chickens, everything else. And no, this comes across the board. And I'm trying to do a report, but this was just too good to pass up. So I'm taking my break. I'm taking my coffee, making sure I take my vitamins because I'm old. And we talk about this. Guys, the Kino Casino just called out. They just called out RAZORFIST to his face. Now, this is not legal or financial advice of any kind. It's just a guilty pleasure of ours. Listening to people threaten lawsuits over, in this case, some very serious claims. But, it is just amazing, right? It is just amazing how many people would throw the lawsuit word out there so quickly. Now, let me say this. My observation with RAZORFIST is that he's not suing the woman that, according to him, right, is the genesis for all these stories, right? Those not good stories that are being shared about him. All these claims that she made that, he says he has evidence. He's provided some evidence on his video. And of course, everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a courtroom of law, not on YouTube. On YouTube, it's quite the opposite. Everybody's guilty first. And then after you're found innocent, right, then all your YouTube friends turn on you. They leave you alone. Right? You think they'd be holding a charity stream for Carl? None of that's happening. That'll be another video, by the way. Regardless, guys, let's hear what Kino Casino had to say.
In the witness box, which is true. Carl Jobs cried. And the same thing would happen to Groomer Fist if he took this shit to court, which he doesn't want to do, because it's gonna be expensive,
yes,
buddy, and stressful, and he won't be able to fucking handle it. We're still waiting.
Waiting for the lawsuit.
Well, there it is, guys. Now, just to give you some context, right? This is what RAZORFIST had to say.
But what about the most salacious allegation of all? The ones Blandy Worski and the Diabetosaurus next to him were shaking their talentless tits about for 20 minutes at a stretch, blissfully unaware it was the prologue to the end of their YouTube career. A decade-old, long discredited screenshot from a porn website that no longer exists.
All right. So those are some of the feelings being expressed here, guys. I think, right? First of all, let me tell you, if you just want to get into these lawsuits, it's going to be the biggest transfer of wealth, in my opinion. Again, it's not legal advice, not professional advice. I'm just some idiot talking on the internet, which you should not take advice from, right? But we can sit here and enjoy a conversation. These YouTube videos are made so you can sit in traffic or on your toilet taking a dump, because none of this is serious. But man, what a guilty pleasure that would be, right? To watch this trial with these guys that are such great communicators. Can you just imagine the buckets, the rainfalls of content we would have? I don't see any of these people, right, staying quiet for the duration of any trial. Now, for me, again, the observation would be, if RAZORFIST had sued somebody and won a case already against the primary, spreader of, the information that he's disputing, that would be something. Because even if somebody repeats it afterwards, you can prove, hey, look, again, not legal advice, but I think that if you would consult a lawyer and you already had a closed case where you've been proven innocent, then you can move forward for anybody slandering you, or if you felt they slandered you, right? I think that would be, in layman's terms, maybe a stronger case. So, threatening lawsuits against Kino Casino and Smash JT, to me, it just seems nuts if you haven't sued the person, in this case, the woman, who he says is slandering him with all these lies. Right? It doesn't make any sense. But guys, can you just imagine the content? Oh my Lord. I mean, it's a guilty pleasure. I mean, I'm telling you, it's not a great idea. Because all that's going to happen is all their YouTube money, all the super chats, any single cent that you give to these people are going straight to the lawyer. And this is, I think one of them is in Canada. I'm not sure. Right, so I don't know where you would exactly go to court. I don't know how you would break these things down. RAZORFIST is in America. I mean, who would you be suing? I mean, I could see if you're in different states in the U.S., right? But if you're in different, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an international lawyer. I'm not a person who has expertise in interstate commerce. I don't know what the lawsuit would entail other than these allegations. And if it's just, hey, they're calling me names, I don't know how strong that would be. Regardless, if they do make it to court. I mean, discovery on this thing, can you imagine with the history? Jeez. With the history of these channels? Oh my Lord. I mean, just the discovery alone could provide us with hours and hours and hours of entertainment. Can you imagine what videos would be put up in court? Can you imagine the line of YouTubers that you would have lining up to be part of the trial so they can also milk the content of the trial? It would be the trial of the century. I mean, I wouldn't want to be involved in it. I wouldn't want to be the person, spending, because this lawsuit, if it goes through, if these guys are just openly saying, come get us, like this, that they're waiting, I can't see anybody spending less than $100,000. And if they're doing it like this, they're not looking to settle. Do you think the casino would settle? I don't think so. I think they'd take it to the mat. Because then they would have to retract everything they said. They would have to make an apology video and all this stuff, which is what, normally somebody would be looking for in RAZORFIST position. I mean, I wish it doesn't happen, guys. I wish it, my head says this is not a good idea. But our souls. Our souls are begging for this lawsuit to happen so we can talk about it. All right, humans, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.